I just watched Aljazeera's documentary series, or the first part, on New Zealand's waterways, the current state of them. And if you haven't seen it, I 100% recommend that you should go and watch it. I'll put a link in the description below. Go and check it out, and you'll see. It's quite eye-opening, to be honest, and the only thing that I can see being done about it in the near future is if the demand for dairy goes down, because dairy is what's polluting the waterways, streams, rivers, and worldwide as a collective, and especially in this country. The only way that that's going to change is if a drop in sales occurs, and the only way that that happens is if you go to the supermarket and don't buy dairy milk. And this is not because I have any personal agenda against the dairy industry, it's not that. It's just that if you're watching this, you are not a baby cow, and neither am I, and I realise that, and that's why I stopped consuming dairy. And I realise that it's a big part of New Zealand's GDP, exports, etc., etc., if you're looking at it from a business sense. And economically, is it viable to keep doing what we're doing? No. And the current human population is growing ever more large, so it's only going to get worse, basically. And especially with the dams that are proposed and the allocation of water for dairy in the Al Jazeera documentary, which you'll see if you watch it, it's only going to get worse, and something needs to be done about it. And the only thing that can be done about it is if you change what you drink and what you eat, and that comes down to, again, buying or not buying dairy products and milk in the supermarket, because sales go down, then farmers won't and have the need to expand and make the situation in the rivers with the pollution runoff even worse. So we can all just expect or hope and wait that councils and government are going to do something about it, and maybe they will in the future. I'm not ruling it out, depending on who gets in the election, which is coming up. Then maybe something will be done. But if you don't want to wait for someone or some organisation to do something about it, then you have the power, especially now as a consumer, and it's something that you can just make a choice. You don't have to tell anyone about it or anything. You just choose not to buy it, and that can have a big effect. Do you know how much water it takes to produce a litre of dairy? If you don't, you should go and educate yourself and realise that there's a reason why it's becoming such a problem, and hopefully you'll see and think, okay, maybe I should do something about it, and maybe I should tell other people that this is a big issue, because people want to use the waterways, streams, rivers, etc., and it's used in tourism and all that for the promotion of New Zealand. But the way it's going, we're not going to be able to use that kind of thing to promote New Zealand anymore. So leave a comment. If everyone could stop buying dairy, then we could change things sooner rather than later. And again, as I said, it's not a personal thing about the farmers or a personal thing against the dairy industry. It's just the facts. The facts are dairy is what's polluting the shit out of our rivers and waterways, and the only way to stop it is to stop doing what we're doing. And that doesn't mean more cows, that means less cows, or no cows, perhaps. Can you survive without dairy? Yes, you can, 100%. For over 3 years now, I haven't had dairy, haven't got a problem. So let's start growing actual food, fruits, vegetables. We can export all that kind of stuff as well. It's a far better, more sustainable future. And it doesn't, last time I checked, organic orchards and organic farming don't produce horrible pollutant runoff in the waterways. So maybe that can be our future. Let's see.